Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This depends on where you're watching this video from and what time will you be watching this video. So as usual, I would like to say thank you so much for those people who've come back here, for those many messages, for those many emails, for those TikTok messages that you guys are sending me. I appreciate them. I don't take them for granted. If it's your first time here, you've not lost it. Karibu Nyumbani, that has been our slogan because we say in this channel, we normally like to educate each other. Thank you so much because we started as a small family, but now we've grown. We are being watched from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Uganda, from Tanzania. Like, we are now global. So as we speak, currently I'm in North Carolina. So people have been asking me, Zippy, how did you end up getting a house? How costly are the houses? How did you get your car? So in this video, I want us to talk about two things: how I acquired my vehicle and why I had to acquire that one, or what choices did I have and why did I have to make that choice. So one, I had a choice of buying a pre-owned vehicle, the one that they call back home a second hand or whatever they use, that name that they use, and I had a choice of buying a zero mileage car. But the unfortunate thing is, when I was coming from home, because I was not ready, I was not ready for the dates and stuff. Yes, I've been telling people, guys, let's prepare for us to go to the US. But the dates rained on us, like the way they normally say in the Bible, that Jesus will come just like a thief. I mean, the dates came like a thief. We were not ready. Personally, I was not ready. It had gotten to a point that I had given up on the dates. Like, I didn't know that at some point I would end up landing here. So I was not ready with money. So if I had money, I would have come here and bought a vehicle with the cash that I would have come with from home. Because I didn't have, I had to get the option that our agency, that's MedPro, everybody knows I'm with MedPro because I've been thinking about MedPro. So I had to use even a credit limit of about 30,000 to buy a car, and you're given a credit card worth 2,500. So it's upon you to choose if you want them or if you don't. Because for me, I didn't have money when I was coming back from home. I had to choose the credit card, and I also had to pick the vehicle, the money for the vehicle. So I ended up buying a brand new car, like a zero mileage, because I mean, that was the only thing that would favor me. So why did I end up choosing that car? I mean, with the vehicle, with the money that I was getting from Advansure, I would also have opted to buy a second-hand vehicle because they are there. Because normally what the Advansure company will tell you, like what Advansure Credit Union will tell you, they will give you specifications. Like now for us, they had told us that vehicle should not be beyond 2019, the year of make, like it should not be beyond 2019, and it should not be above, I think, 80,000 miles or something. So for me, I was like, I would go and buy a vehicle from somebody else, but I don't know why they're selling out that car. And at the end of the day, this is a loan that I'm getting from an Advansure Credit Union. So at the end of the day, I'll be deducted that money. So it's a loan that I'll be paying every month. But at the end of the day, if that vehicle has maybe some mechanical issues, it will mean that I'll keep on going to the mechanic, to the garage or something. So I didn't want those hassles because, I mean, I don't know so much about vehicles. So I ended up choosing a brand new car, a zero mileage. And when I was back in Florida, it was very easy for me to acquire it because I had a friend who lived in North Carolina. Lucky enough, she was kind enough to give me her address, and I used it when I was in Florida. So, and I processed everything because I knew that's where I was coming to stay. So she gave me her address and all that. So we processed everything. So by the time I was landing in North Carolina, my vehicle was ready. The check had already been sent to the car dealership and all that, because already she had given me the contact of the dealers, like the car dealers who were based in North Carolina. So it was easy for me to like. And why did I choose Toyota? Because people are asking me, why did you have to choose Toyota? Well, Toyota, as I know, like the way I know from back home in Kenya, people say that Toyota, the car ahead of you is always Toyota. The best car is always Toyota. So me, I didn't know of any other car that was better than Toyota. So that's why I ended up getting a Toyota. Is it Toyota or Toyota? I don't know that one. So I ended up choosing Toyota because I found like Toyota is very easy to maintain, and then it's not that expensive in terms of fuel consumption. And then of course everybody knows about Toyota anyway. It's It's not an extravagant vehicle or something. So that's why I ended up getting that one. About the house hunting, okay, well, it's not difficult in North Carolina to get a house, especially if you don't have a credit score. Because what I realized in America, for you to get something, you must have a good credit score. Like, you're able to pay something, you're able to get a loan, you're able to get like those, you know what credit score means. Even back home, we have something we call CRB. If you don't pay your loans well, they put you up on CRB, which means you are bad creditor or debtor or something, bad debtor or whatever they are called, I don't know. So if you don't pay debts quite well, you become a bad debtor. So even here, I understand it's the same. The more you buy things on credit and pay back, you end up getting a good credit score. I'm not sure, but I think it's the same thing. It's the same concept. So we don't have good credit score when you're coming from Africa. So it becomes very difficult for some other people to get houses, because other landlords or landladies or homeowners will want to have a tenant who has a good credit score, but then apparently you don't have a credit score because you're from a different country. So they ask you for 1 month rent, and they ask you for 1 month deposit, or maybe 2 months deposit. But here in North Carolina, I'll talk about what I know, because this is what happens around here, especially in Nashville, Arden, in Fletcher, and Asheville town. So what they normally do is they give you something we call a flex deposit. You pay a certain amount of money. I don't know how they calculate. So you will not pay the 1 month rent or 2 month rent, 2 month deposit. So it becomes easier for you. So assuming you're supposed to pay a house rent of $1,500. So they tell you will pay a whole month rent, which is $1,500. But then again, we'll have to give you a flex deposit of about maybe $400, but will not be refundable. Unlike these other places whereby you find like the 1 month rent and the 1 month deposit, the 1 month deposit is normally refundable. But now in this case, like the security deposit, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. The security deposit that you're paying is normally refundable. But now in this case, the 300 ni kama imepotelea chini ya maji. You will not pay it refunded when you want, like at the end of your lease, like at the end of your tenancy lease or something, whatever they call the contract, because you have to live in a place. You have to sign an agreement that when you get their house, you will stay there for like maybe a year, 6 months. I think the least is 6 months, because I understand around here people do things with contract, with leases and stuff. So that's how I ended up getting mine. I didn't have to pay the 1 month rent, 1 month deposit, or the flex. I paid on a flex deposit, and then they prorated for me the amount of money that I was supposed to pay between the day that I was to move in and end month. So it became cheaper for me to move in from the hotel to the house. The other thing that I would wish to tackle or to touch in this video is about schools for the children. Personally, I would tell you guys to get a house that is near where your children are going to school. Well, here in public schools, they normally have public transport. I mean, they have transport for the children. But again, if you're working, and especially if you're a single mom or you're a single father or whatever it is, maybe like if you're a single parent, it will become very difficult for you to maneuver between school, work, picking up kids and stuff, because at the end of the day, the system here is not the same as home. Home, you just go drop a child at school, and then however much, whatever time it is, I mean, the child is in the school already, so you just pop in and you just go back. Here it's a bit different. That's what I've realized with my children. It's a bit difficult for you to just pop in the school and then drop your kid there. You have to wait until the time that the teachers will receive the children. Okay, if it's specified that it's 7:30, it's supposed to be 7:30, and nothing else will change it. So I would advise somebody to pick a school that's near your home, or pick a home that's near your school, and also check on the factors that maybe would make you take that child to that school, because of course you would want to be in a place whereby there is good security. You don't want to be in a place whereby your children are going to a good school that has good ratings online. When you're searching for schools and stuff, like your school has a good ratings, you understand what I'm saying? If it is, of course, get a place that you feel you're comfortable with yourself. All right. And then the other thing, I think it's about furnishing your house. Coming from Africa to United States is a stressor. and settling down is also another stressor. So you can imagine when you're coming from Africa, coming to America, you're moving either with 3 bags or even with 6 bags, depending on how many people you are in your family. Assuming you're 3 people, a plane gives you an allowance of having 2 luggages per person. So if you maximize on the things that you're coming to move with from Africa, it means you've moved from one continent to the other with only 6 suitcases. I don't think there is any suitcase that would fit the things that you owned back home. What am I trying to say? It's very difficult for you to settle down within 2 months. It's very difficult for you to settle down within 4 months, 5 months, or even 1 year. Because everything here is so different. Even your brain is trying to adjust on everything. Driving from the opposite side, the driver sitting on the opposite side. Because like me, I was used to the driver being on the right side. Here, the driver is on the left side. Like when I was getting my vehicle, when they brought for me, the car dealership guy brought for me, my mind could not register that the driver is supposed to be on the left. I went directly, like I'm going to sit on the driver's seat, but you would see from the video, because I'll show that video sometimes later. Like my mind had not registered the driver is on the opposite side, and it's the same thing on the road. So there's too much that your brain is going to handle that you need to be very lenient and patient with you. So don't be in a rush to come down here and buy things that are costing 50,000. If you're able to go to Marketplace and get yourself a cheap seat, go to Marketplace and get yourself a pressure cooker that is worth $4, go to a Goodwill shop, buy those things that are cheap, that will make you push life until you get there. It will be good for you. Don't be hard on yourself, because I mean, it's moving from one continent to the other. It's not moving from one estate to the other. So it's going to be very difficult for you to settle down. So those people who are asking, have you settled down? It is not going to be easy. You will not settle down very easily, because remember, you're under a contract of 3 years. The 3 years you're with an agency, like for me, it's 3 years. So assuming I stay here in North Carolina for 3 years, and I feel like North Carolina has not been the best state for me, or I feel like I cannot renew the contract with the hospital now that I'm done with the contract with the agency, I decide to move maybe to a place like Washington, to California, to another state. You see, like now that's moving again. So there's no way you will tell me that after 4 months, after 3 months, after 5 months you've settled. Just be lenient with yourself, okay? I mean, it is not going to be easy, but at the end of the day, you're gonna make it.